Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ummāgnānatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmīlitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Darati Swaparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapatakamalам Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupya Eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyabari Pashaktare Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gauravantavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, Haribol, so today we read this book, The Scientific Basis of Krishna Consciousness. Okay, who wants to start from here?
Can I start, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Haribol.
Okay, Haribol, thank you. Before making this humble attempt to write a few words about the unlimited and inexhaustible nectarian knowledge of the all-merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Scientist, Lord Sri Krishna, I offer my most humble obeisances under the lotus feet of my spiritual master and eternal Father, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and beg from His Divine Grace, beg from His Divine Grace His kind mercy. Without the mercy of His Divine Grace, it is completely beyond the power of this most unqualified pupil, pupil, to utter even a fraction of a single word describing the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. I therefore completely and fully depend on the kind and causeless mercy of my eternal Father, Srila Prabhupada. Number one, how much do we read? Like, do I read the whole? Is this long? Like, do I read the whole, or 2 pages, or what?
Yes, Prabhu, you can read 2 pages.
Oh, all right. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Number one, the bewildered spirit soul. Modern scientists, especially genetics, have gone so far that it appears as the destiny of man lies in their hands. They proclaim that in future they will make human beings according to demand and necessity. This sort of scientific revolution started in 1543 with the publication by Copernicus, the Polish astronomer, of the heliocentric theory. I don't remember what was IE like in it.
That is true. IE means that is.
That is okay. So I can just say that is heliocentricist astronomical model. Ah, these ones.
Yeah, the sun is in the middle, and then there's one planet, Venus.
Yeah, yeah.
So it
And
means
before that, geocentric model.
yes, Prabhu. This means in example, I think, or
Yeah, it's like in example or that is, but there was a like it was different words. It's actually an abbreviation from. I googled it sometime. It was something. It
this.
is. Oh yeah, yeah. But I've thought also as in example or something
Yes,
like that.
Prabhu.
It's the same.
Yeah.
But I'll use the that is or in example. Okay, in example, the premise that planets revolve around the sun. E. Snyder, in his book History of the Physical Sciences, writes, since an understanding of the natural world was possible through science, it was also possible through science that man should be able to alter the world to his own ends and thereby improve his nature. The burden for man's progress then was on man, not God. God created the universe so that it obeyed certain natural laws. These laws were discovered by men, scientists. Therefore, God was not particularly necessary except in a personal sense. What? Since an understanding of the natural, okay, it was also. Oh, they think they can alter. Okay, so God is okay. Yes. The burden. Okay. My concern is to show that God is still as necessary as ever, and that the further advancement of science itself is necessarily dependent on this understanding. We have reached a point in our technological capability where humanity, whose independence is the cornerstone of the scientific edifice. Edifice, what is that? What does it say? Rakennus. Oh, yes. Cornerstone scientific edifice is threatened by its own achievements. Doomsayers abound, but whether the end comes by bomb, pollution, automated loneliness, or whether it comes at all, there can be no doubt that the fundamental error is being committed in thinking that humanity alone has all the answers. Science, that is, observation and hypothesis, is a basis fact of the mechanics of thought. What is lacking is a purpose and a larger intellectual setting within which this empirical exercise can take place. The word revolution is appropriate to describe the history of science. It has been most essentially a chronology of attempts to overthrow the authority not only of the church, which burned Bruno at the stake, but also of that kind of thinking called a priori, deductive, submissive, or faithful, and that person to whom such a thinker pays homage, Krishna, God. There is no reason to document here the progress of this intoxicating rebellion. What is important is that once it started, no one could stop it. This booklet is primarily directed to our scientific friends. Instead of centering one's consciousness around temporary machines, one should transfer his consciousness to Sri Krishna, the supreme scientist, knowing that he is the central point for all activities. There can be innumerable concentric circles around a common center. Concentric, I don't even understand it. Concentric circles around a common. What is concentric?
Means Prabhuji, like there is a center. According to that, you can draw many circles, but all circles center point is common.
Yes, like this. These are concentric circles.
Yeah, this is concentric circle. There are many circles, but their center point is common. You can see.
The same center point. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, concern around the common center. Yes. Similarly, all scientists, philosophers, businessmen, politicians, etc., can engage in Krishna consciousness, keeping Krishna at the center of all their activities. Krishna consciousness is defined as one's eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate goal of life, which is to return home back to Godhead, and the process of returning to the spiritual world. Zero, if it stands alone, has no value. However, when a one is put before it, it becomes 10. Similarly, all activities have no value unless Krishna is included within these activities. Thus, we can understand that the science of Krishna is the only real science which is to be learned and practiced. Thank you, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
Reward.
Hare Krishna, Jani Prabhu Dandat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Jai Prabhu, Dandavata Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Jnani Prabhu.
Whatever one's occupation, one should learn the science of placing Krishna in the center of all one's activity. Chapter 2. Perceiving the existence of the Supreme Scientist, Lord Sri Krishna. When we think calmly and carefully about this wonderful universe, we can see that everything is working under the control of a supreme brain. The arrangements in nature are perfectly ordered. Things would be at random without the careful planning of a scientific and engineering brain. It is a common understanding that there is a cause behind each action. A machine cannot run without an operator. A modern scientists are very proud of automation, but there is a scientific brain behind automation also. Even Albert Einstein agreed that there is a perfect brain behind all the natural physical laws. When we talk about brain and operator, these terms imply a person. They cannot be impersonal. One may inquire who this person is. He is Lord Sri Krishna, the supreme scientist and supreme engineer, under whose kind will the whole cosmos is working. Sri Krishna says, the whole cosmic order is under me, by my will it is manifested again and again, and by my will it is annihilated at the end. Now let us look into a few samples from the Lord's creation, and upon contemplating these exemplary aspects, one should develop a better understanding and appreciation of the existence of the most powerful brain, Lord Sri Krishna. The sun that we see daily is the nearest star. It is 100 Earth diameters across and is 93 million miles away from the Earth. Every day, the sun supplies the solar system with a tremendous amount of heat. Light and energy. The very tiny fraction of the sun's energy that falls on the Earth, estimated at about 5 parts in 100 million, is about 100 times greater than all the energy used in the world's industries. The total energy the sun emits in a single second would be sufficient to keep a 1 kilowatt electric fire burning for 10,000 million years. But in a different way, the energy the sun emits in 1 second is greater than the whole amount of energy the human species has consumed throughout its entire history. Yet it is only one of the countless numbers of stars floating in the sky in every direction. With the material scientific brain, the thermal, electrical, and nuclear powerhouses have been made. These can supply heat, light, and energy to a small, limited extent, but Lord Krishna is supplying the whole planet with an unlimited source of energy just from one sun. Krishna says, the splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of this whole world, comes from me, and the splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also from me. The planets are revolving in a systematic path around the sun, even within the smallest atom. The electrons are orbiting around the nucleus in a perfect manner. Thus, from a submicroscopic realm of the atom to the expanding reaches of the galactic objects, This material universe is running like intricate, well-oiled clockwork according to great natural physical laws and principles. Scientists have gained great acclaim for making a few spaceships, whereas Krishna effortlessly produces gigantic spaceships such as planets. Yadaditya gatam tejo jagad pashyate kilam yachandramasi chachagnau tattejo viddimamakam. It continues. And stars, which are perfectly equipped and maintained. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Gam avishya cha bhutani dharayamyaham ojasa. I enter into each planet, and by my energy they stay in orbit. The laws made by the Supreme Brain always remain perfect. They are never violated. We never see the sun rising in the west and setting in the east. Imagine if the sun changes color every time it rises. If sometimes it would rise blue, sometimes it would be green. Every morning we would be waiting what color it's today.
Yeah,
That would be funny.
yeah,
The colorful rainbow that yeah, and the rainbow is always the same color. The also
yeah.
the order of the
And
color is the same always. They don't change places or anything.
yes, it's from violet to red, and seven color.
Yes, Pramo. From far we could say that okay, everything is random, but when you go closer to see the details, you always see that though this is there is repetition in everything.
And Prabhuji, like there is one Prabhupada said that this sun's energy or whatever sun is shining, it's actually somehow coming from spiritual world, from Brahma Jyoti. That
Yes.
light is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how these things are working is unthinkable. We can't think. We can't understand actually.
Yeah, these, the modern scientists, they say that sun is fire, but it is not fire actually. They say it's fire, but it's not fire.
Yeah, they say that it's some kind of some thermonuclear reactor or something
Yeah.
like that. Means there are fusion reaction going
Yeah.
on inside, like that.
Yes, Prabhu. And Prabhupada was asking
But
that he was asking that why it's
yeah,
white then? Why it's pure white color? Why it's not orange or why it's not any other color? Why it's white? So how they can say it's fire? So then, because it's fiery, but it is not fire.
yeah,
The colorful rainbow that we observe when the sun is shining during a shower is only visible when the sun is behind the observer, due to the laws of refraction. Also, each year the seasons change quite periodically, producing symptoms unique to each season. Now let us look into some aspects of the Lord's creation at the molecular level. Chemists find that the different colors in flowers are due to chemicals called anthocyanins, and the different aromas are mostly due to chemicals called terpenes and terpenoid compounds. The molecular frameworks for these compounds range from very simple structures to very complex networks. Camphor, for example, is a terpenoid compound, and the characteristic odor of lemons is due to the molecule called limonene, which is one of the simple terpenes. I used to study these terpenes a lot. I used
yeah,
I do know a lot about these terpenes and all the different smells and tastes and what terpene causes, which because these have also medicinal effects on the body. Different terpenes combined with different herbs, they give different medical uh, responses. And in
yeah,
every like fruit or anything there is always terpenes, and the terpenes determine what the taste is and how it's tasting and how it's smelling also. Similarly,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Similarly, the characteristic colors in carrots and tomatoes are due to molecules called carotenoids, which are higher forms of terpenes. The molecular framework for each definite color or aroma is wonderfully unique. A little change in position of a few atoms in the molecule, a little variation in the geometry of the molecule, or a slight change in the size of the molecule can cause a color to change from orange to red, a mild, pleasing aroma to become repellent and pungent, and a flavor to change from sweet to bitter. On one,
Interesting, Rosie.
yes, Prabhu.
This is amazing, huh?
Yeah. On one extreme, we find the smallest molecule, the hydrogen molecule, which contains only two atoms of hydrogen. On the other extreme, we find gigantic molecules such as the proteins and nucleic acids, DNA and RNA. Hmm. Yeah, so there is really simple molecules and there's really complex ones.
Yeah,
The building blocks of all living material bodies, which contains innumerable atoms made for a definite function. Similarly, the crystalline pattern of each different molecules is unique. The geometrical shape for sodium chloride, common salt, for example, is cubical. Charcoal, graphite, and diamonds are all derived from the same element, carbon, and yet the shining and transparent diamond is extremely hard, whereas graphite is soft, black, and opaque. This is due to difference in the crystalline forms of these molecules. In the crystal lattice of the diamond, each carbon atom is tetrahedrally surrounded by four other carbon atoms at a distance of 1.5 angstroms. One angstrom is 10 to minus 8 cm. Hmm.
So someone can tell me why we go into school? Because in Prabhupada's book we we, we learn so much.
Yes, Prabhu.
I think I waste my time at school.
it's actually Sarup Prabhu wrote whatever.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, I know, but it's so precise and
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
yeah,
are
yeah,
amazing books. Diamond is carbon.
yeah. These are the
Each
pictures
decade
of
DNA
DNA.
molecule exhibits the artistry of the supreme scientist Krishna. Yes, I remember in school we used to draw these. We had to,
Yeah, yeah,
by memory, remember what they were. Yeah, some crazy things.
but I think that when you learn at school, there's a missing link. Krishna is the missing link.
Yeah, we never
Actually,
understood why we
if
are doing.
yeah, we don't know about God actually, but if they mix science with God, I think that it will be much more easier to understand.
Yes, Prabhu.
and Prabhu, like this is called this spiral thing. This is the picture is given above. This is called DNA. So this is like
Hmm.
they calling that scientists. This is like the building block of life. Means this is like port for a human or any species.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
Yeah.
whatever the port will some change, then your whole character will be changed.
Yeah.
Whole personality will be changed. So this is
Yes, Prabhu.
like in computer science we are doing coding in program in machine, but these are like human or living entity program. You can say genetic code basically.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
the most complex code. They cannot.
this is most complex code. Yes, this is crazy.
Hmm. Dharani Prabhu completed biology exam. Revolve.
Haribo.
Yeah, thoroughly, bro.
So as to lie in the same plane, the fourth bond being directed perpendicularly to this plane to link with a carbon atom on the neighboring layer. In this way, we can cite innumerable examples of molecular networks so fantastically and delicately arranged that chemists cannot but wonder about the most expert hand and brain who is making all these wonderful artistic arrangement in his laboratory.
Hare Krishna.
Shri Krishna Hari
Prabhupada Pranam.
Prabhupada, Jai Shri
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Prabhu.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, mes hommages respectueux, mon humble obéissant, toute grâce, chapeau, Prabhupada.
Jai.
Indeed, the intelligent and ability the intelligence and ability of the supreme scientist Sri Krishna are inconceivable, achintya. There is no scientist who can deny it. How can any chemist abstain from appreciating the wonderful works of the Lord Sri Krishna? In Bhagavad Gita, we find one should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conceptions, who is inconceivable, and who is always approaching. He is luminous like the sun, and being transcendental is beyond the material nature. At best, scientists can only try to imitate the wonderful artistic works of the Supreme Lord. They cannot even do this properly, and most of their attempts lead to failure and disappointment. Even when they are partly successful, it is only with the greatest difficulty. For example, Professor Woodward of Harvard, a Nobel Prize winner in chemistry, 1965, a Professor Eschen Moser of Zurich took 11 years to synthesize the vitamin B12 molecule. See, Prabhu. 12 years to make some.
Just from one molecule. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu. One molecule of B12. And they
Yeah,
say
they try
they
their
are
best.
in
Huh?
future they're gonna make something that is living. Oh Krishna.
Yeah, they think that something will come out from their test tubes. Yeah, they think
Yes,
like that.
Prabhu.
Best of luck.
Yes, Prabhu. They believe in chance, so I think every day they just put some random things in the test tube, then they come in the next morning to look. Oh, nothing has been created again.
Yeah, like Roji, like I am a science student, so I can tell what is their theory. Okay, so they are saying that at the time of creation, like some 4 billion years ago, there was like some environment where basically there are four atoms are there: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen, and
Yes.
somehow they are mixed. And after that, they are from there this protein formed, and from there this nucleic acid, DNA, RNA formed, and from there this single cell organism came, and all this evolution process is going on of Darwin. What
Yes,
Darwin is
Prabhu.
saying.
Yeah.
Now the question is, if all those atom is now available, so they can test in their test tube in their laboratory.
Yes,
If they
Prabhu.
can, but they are not able to do any life. They cannot make even single cell life. Probably. But what
Yeah,
to
all
tell?
the
They
arguments
are
are
also,
contradicting.
yeah.
Yeah. So all they're
Uh,
saying is just contradict themselves. They cannot prove it actually.
Yes, Prabhu. Because they say
yeah.
somehow
If
mixed, but somehow
yeah,
mixed. What is that somehow mixed? What thing is somehow mixed? If you say mixed, you immediately ask who was the mixer? What was? But somehow, what does that mean?
this is the missing
Yeah.
link for that.
Yeah,
For them,
somehow
they
mixed.
cannot say.
They
They
say
cannot say.
someone mixed, but just somehow he mixed. He's no one, but he mixed, but still somehow he mixed. So maybe he's not anyone. But
What
This
he
is
is
so
this?
silly
What
actually.
is Dharani Prabhu wrote in comment section? Serious?
Yes, bro. One person was arguing yesterday with me that the time was created at the same time as the Big Bang was. He said the time was created that time, and before that there was nothing. But then I asked, okay, how did the Big Bang happen? Then he said, before the Big Bang, there was these molecules that they went to one side of the uh, space, and then they contracted, and then there was explosion. But then I was asking, okay, but if there was no time, then how did the molecules move? Because space need time for the movement of atoms. He couldn't explain it. He just said, oh, this is not what I say, this is what the scientists say. So he, he left the scientist. He also realized, I think, that there is not much sense into this. Yeah, he said, I
Yeah,
cannot
like
explain to you.
you should ask him that from where those energy and matter came from at the
Yes,
time of
bro.
Big Bang.
Yeah,
Yeah, like what they answer. They cannot answer.
yeah.
These are
It's
all
really
some
weird
foolish.
to say that the matter came from the Big Bang, but there was matter before the Big Bang. That is so weird to say. How can you say then that the matter came from the Big Bang? If you say like this, it didn't come. It was there before the Big Bang, and something made it arranged then. But what made it arranged in a proper way? So they cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There is an, even if you think in open-minded way of all the possible uh, possible, what is the word, cases or possible happenings that could have been there, only logical thing is that there is some intelligent being behind arranging these things, because you cannot,
yes, true, true. This is true. Yeah,
they should think about it in open mind, that
yeah,
compared. That's how I did
and
also. I was,
one thing can be, Prabhuji, like there can be some abstraction of causes. Means they are saying that this sun is thermonuclear energy, whatever this reaction. Maybe there are some more higher causes also. They cannot
yes,
see that.
yeah,
They are seeing some lower causes only.
yes,
Maybe
bro.
there is sun god. They cannot understand that. They
Yeah.
only seeing that chemical reaction, that fusion, this that they are seeing. Yeah.
Yeah, but they should keep at least the possibility that there could be some intelligent being. But what is going on now is that they instantly say there cannot be, but they don't show anything to prove that there is no possibility that God is there or something is arranging these things. But they just instantly disregard the thing and say this is not true. But they haven't studied the thing yet. This is not science, actually. This is something else. It's not science.
Yeah. According to them, our existence is total accident.
Yeah.
Here we exist totally accidental.
Yes, Prabhu. In real science, until you cannot prove that there is no God, that you cannot say that there is no God. You must say that
we
it is possible.
so we can say that this is a demoniac nature
Yes, Prabhu.
because they lie to us and they
Yeah.
mislead us by false
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
So they are demoniac. So I think that we should reappropriate science. Science belongs to uh, theism, to people that believe in God.
Yes, Prabhu.
Science that does not belong to those demonic people who just lie to us and misled us.
Yeah.
This is not good. So Prabhupada shows us the way. This is a Damodar, a great scientist, disciple of Prabhupada. This is him who write this
Yes,
book.
Prabhu.
Yes, and I think that we must have some scientists too in our movement,
Yeah.
so they can have some great debate with some uh, so-called scientists in the material world. Mm.
Yeah, the science is,
Because
it should be there to show how God works and show the
yeah,
details.
And
yeah,
Now
most
it is to
most
prove that there
most
is no
bad
God.
thing is their everything is to like to a program they say to disprove God basically.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I am a science student, so I know many things. Like this tsunami, Prabhu, this tsunami happened in Java Deep in
Yes, Prabhu.
2004. So many people die in Indonesia, Java. There are so many people died.
Yeah,
So this tsunami, they explained that this is for some plate exist near the surface or somewhere, and they basically colliding. So that's
yeah,
why this tsunami is happening. That's their logic. Now,
yeah,
now they don't know why that's happening, because the Ananta says is basically moving, shaking his head.
yeah.
That's why these plate are colliding. That is Balaramji, basically. But they don't accept these things or whatever. They don't like our religion or anything.
Yes,
That's
Prabhu.
their problem.
When what I read, most people are really envious because they think that God is the reason for all their problems. So that is they think that God created all, because I read from Reddit that there was a question to the atheists that if God was real and when you die you are at heaven, you go to heaven because they don't know spiritual word, they talk heaven. But yeah, they say when you go to heaven and you see that God is there, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say to him? They ask like this from the atheists. And what all 99% of the answers, can you guess what they said? What they would say to God?
No, what they said.
They would say, "How dare you?" They, most said,
What?
that they are gonna point to Earth and ask, "How dare you? How dare you create something like this? How dare you do like this? How dare you create cancer for the children and kill them? How dare you do all these things?" 99% of these comments were like this. Everyone
Wow,
was
envious people.
blaming. Yes, Prabhu. They were
Oh,
saying,
so that means they don't know what is spiritual science. This cancer or whatever, that is their previous karma. The soul is
yes,
carrying
Prabhu. Yeah,
with
but
them.
the problem is that they didn't know the previous life and karma, so they're straight saying that the reason must be something,
So,
someone who has created this world. So he's
so we
creating.
must talk about those topic. We must talk about this because actually this is the missing part of it. We talk with the devotee. We, we, we have conversation, but we must talk about science with non-devotee too,
Yes, Prabhu.
spiritual science, because this is not the same. This is real science.
Hmm.
So if we cannot prove them that you need to change your perception about this, this is your material science is very limited. The spiritual science is unlimited. So we just have to prove them wrong,
Yes, Prabhu.
because now they are in ignorance. They don't know about spiritual science. They don't know about karma, law of karma. They don't know about those things. So we must teach them. So
Yeah,
Prabhupada emphasized a lot
this
about
is very
distribution
big
of book.
science actually. This laws
Mm.
of karma, how the soul is transmigrating from a
Time
body
and
to
space.
body, time
Mm.
and space. How these are very big science. They don't know these things.
They don't know, yeah, because they don't believe in. They don't
Like
know there is a
yes.
greatest scientist, the supreme scientist.
Now
Scientist.
Prabhu, like I
So
don't know about other country. In India, if you go to some school that you say that I need to teach the children Bhagavad Gita, they will ban you. They will say that this is religious book, religious creating chaos in all. They will
in India,
ban you. Yeah, in India also.
but yeah,
This is so
it is
crazy.
called the Bharat. But now
This is very bad.
India is really atheist. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they're really, yeah. So it's a big problem. It's a big problem in India. Very big problem. Because this is the land of Bharat.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No, Prabhu, now
uh,
it is very much chaotic. There's nothing here.
yeah, it's very chaotic. If you say that they will ban you for just reading Bhagavad Gita, it's very, this is really bad actually.
Yeah, but they think this is some religious book. And religion means fight for them.
Yes, Prabhu.
Religion cannot bring peace. That is their
Yes.
idea.
Yeah, and some people say there that when they go to
Mm.
heaven and God is there, they say that even if he was real and he was there, they wouldn't want to be in association with him. They said because he's causing the killing of all these children. They say that yeah, uh, mostly. And yeah, there were many people who say that I was believing in God, but then I saw that my little brother caught a cancer and died really painfully, so now I'm not. God is the most horrible person.
Yeah, like they maximum give why there are so many children suffering on the street.
Yes, Prabhu.
Why many people are
Yeah.
blind?
But
What
I
is the
see that the
reason? Why?
main this is the main
Yeah,
argument of the atheist because I went through the list. There was no other arguments. The only thing was that they were saying if there can be these horrible things, then there cannot be God. So if we need to somehow bring this message of, because Christianism or this, they don't tell about karma or why there is suffering.
yeah,
So
like Broji. this question I asked of some of my Muslim friends, that what Quran says all about this. These people are born in low class family, suffering on the street. So they are saying that Allah is testing them. So
Mm.
this is not a satisfactory answer. Why Allah will test? If Allah is all merciful, why He do this type of duplicity? He
Yes,
gave birth someone in some high class family. This is actually karma going on of that
yeah.
living entity. God does not bring anything. Silly.
Yes, Prabhu. God
Yeah,
has nothing to do with this place. He's not sending us to here to test us. We wanted to come to enjoy, and He's just trying to help us go back. He's not testing us.
yeah. Actually, he is anxiety. Srila Prabhupada said he is always anxious. How
Yes,
that rascal will go?
yeah. We are testing Him. We are trying to
Yeah,
test Him. We are trying to test that if Krishna is serious and we are not serious. So
Yeah, we want to laud about everything, but actually, this is a trap for us.
yes,
We trap here, and yeah. But
and
now we have to really study all those books and really engage some great debate with people, because they have to know about those
yeah,
wisdom.
yeah,
This is truly wisdom for humanity. This is great wisdom. So we need to tell them about that.
yes, Prabhu.
Or at least some people want to know.
Yeah,
yeah,
Because
bro.
some people will always be envious, and jealous.
yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to preach. We have to preach. This is a
There are so
necessity for
many,
doing.
so many simple people exist. They want this message.
yes,
We
Prabhu.
must avoid envious people. Don't need to
Yeah,
preach to
I know.
envious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
And
yes, yes, Prabhu.
most of these scientific persons that if we talk to people that talk about science, we have to realize that they don't have any practical knowledge. Because do you know any person that has really studied something or made some, not only studied, that has made some inventions or something? Like, I don't know any person like this. Usually when I talk with people about science, they just tell things that they have heard from the internet or somewhere, read some paper. So they don't have any practical knowledge about science. When we
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
mm,
sometimes we're scared, we might think that, oh, every person is some scientist and they know but really they're just parroting the same things that we have already also read when we were karmis. So there is not knowledge at all. It's just about us, that how we can present our things. Even if we had to repeat ourselves, we have to just somehow learn to present this, because we can't
Yes, Prabhu.
give anyone if if
Yes.
they don't have this any, even about science they don't have practical knowledge. So it's really simple actually when one tries practice.
yeah,
So
yeah,
this is a really good conversation, because it uh, we can be after we can preach well, because if we had regularly this sort of conversation each other, we can understand very well all the mechanism of the philosophy, because actually we cannot talk like that with non-devotee. There will be no they will be uh, non-interested about that.
Yeah,
So we have to discuss more often about this subject each other, and we will improve our preaching,
yeah,
and the way that we present the Krishna philosophy, because now we lack of those conversation.
yeah,
We read, but we have to talk. We have to talk about it, and yeah, we can make some video, but conversation with each other, every devotee is involved and give his suggestion and give his realization. It's very important, I think.
yes, Prabhu.
So in the reading session, I think this is really great. If some like we do now, we can interact and exchange some idea, some realization about what we read, because it's very important for improving our preaching.
Yes, Prabhu.
This is really important. So thank you very much for all this. very uh, enthusiastic discussion.
Yes, thank you so much, Prabhu.
Yeah, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Jai.
Yes, Prabhu.
My Kantimala just broke. Just now.
Right now, right now,
Yes, like when I was talking.
broke. You can arrange, you can repair. Oh,
No, Prabhu. The
oh,
what is the string cut? I was holding it
oh.
in
Okay.
my hand and it just snapped suddenly. But I have one
And
extra. So I will change it.
somebody had that problem earlier also, that his Kantimala broke. I remember he asked even in the, was it in the Q&A or somewhere? He even
Yeah.
asked from.
Usually it happens after 6 months to me, but this one was for a long time. This was like for 8 months. Yeah, but
I don't
But
even
the
have
string,
Kantimala yet.
yes, Prabhu, you should get one.
the string is made of what? The string of the Contimalo.
Like line. Here is like fishing line type. Here is
Oh,
4 lines.
it doesn't last long.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No,
But,
but it's so beautiful. I don't wanna I don't wanna no. Okay, Ribo.
but perhaps you can change the string.
Yes, Prabhu. The yeah, I need to see how I can attach it back to the locket. But
Yeah, just change the string. You know, find some. I don't know the word, but meter, some hard one, because nylon is not good.
yes, Prabhu.
It will break with time.
Yes, Prabhu, that's true.
Because you when you took shower you leave it.
Yes, Prabhu.
I know. So you must yeah. The string nylon is not good, I think, but we must do it to ourselves, because when we buy it, it's 100% the time the nylon, I think.
Yeah, it is
I
always.
never seen, yeah, I never seen other string.
Yeah. Oh, I
Mm.
can. I think I can fix it actually. Yeah, now it became okay. Ribo.
Haribol.
Okay, let's read this second chapter to the end. Altogether, 99 scientists from 19 different countries were involved to accomplish this one small task. Yet Krishna is making all these complex molecules at will. Interestingly enough, when the scientists fail again and again in their attempts to make something, they consciously or unconsciously pray to God for help. Does this not indicate the existence of the Supreme Scientist, Lord Sri Krishna, and the natural subordinate position of all other living entities? A crude example is the explosion that occurred inside the Apollo 13 spacecraft during the attempt to land on the moon on April 11, 1970. The Apollo capsule was made by hundreds of scientists and technological brains and cost millions of dollars. No one could predict that there would be an explosion. When it happened, however, and the lives of the three astronauts were in danger, those involved in the mission requested all see danger in Apollo 13. The members of the mission requested all the people of the earth to pray for the return of the astronauts. Now,
You're crazy.
Yeah,
You
they
will
believe
get it.
they become greatest devotee now. Yeah, we are truly rascal, this is truly rascal. When we face danger,
And
now we become pure devotee. Truly.
yes, Prabhu. And imagine they sent some man to air with in some little tiny box. They sent him to the air in the most dangerous position. They shoot him to the air, and then when he's in the air in danger, they're oh no, he's in danger. We need to pray right now.
Oh, this makes no sense.
Yes,
This
bro.
is
Yeah,
really
like
silly.
they themselves created the chaos. Now they are praying.
Yes, bro.
It's like crazy thing.
And this image, you know, the this is this picture is just perfect, you know. This is really, oh, we just like that, you know. We make some very chaotic uh, situation, and then we pray to God.
Yes,
This is, oh,
Yeah, because we are all connected with God. That's why at the danger we pray.
yeah, yeah. This
Basically.
is natural. This is natural for us. This is natural. When we will face danger, when everything, yeah, goes wrong, we will automatically praise God. This is natural for us.
yes, Prabhu. I
So
just
so they cannot give a signs for that. Why so? Why we turn to higher uh, source? Why? So there's not a science now. We study the science because Prabhupada gave us the science. But uh, when I was young, they 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 cannot tell me why those things are like that. You know, why we pray God when we face difficulty?
yes,
Why
Prabhu.
they cannot find solution? Where's the solution? You know?
Yeah, this happened many times to me also, actually.
Yeah. When we with my son, uh, he now he asked me some question, but I read a lot, so I can Prabhupada books, so I can respond to him. I can answer his question. But when I was young, like him, my father he doesn't know because he doesn't he don't have he doesn't have he didn't have the Prabhupada books and Bhagavad Gita and all. So
Yes,
he cannot say anything to me, so I think that this
You
is the
know,
great loss
Prabhu, there is
for young
what is
people.
the problem? The problem is like when this material education, when like one is like so much no insight in this material education, na, they start disbelieving all this God because it is designed like this way. You basically more and more disbelieve to go.
yeah.
That's how it is designed.
But actually, Krishna is helping them because if you want to forget Krishna, Krishna give you the intelligence to forget him.
Yes,
Yeah.
So they want to forget Krishna. So the Krishna will give them the intelligence to just forget him, and they will find some very big arguments to just defeat you. But they, they will because Krishna will helping them. But
yes.
they are rascal. They just don't know the truth because they want to forget him.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
we
so
like
helping. It's not possible to forget him, actually.
before coming to this Krishna consciousness movement, as I a science student, I actually follow a atheist. You possibly know his name. His name was Carl Sagan, something like that. So I was so many of his videos. Like he is a very big scientist, and you can say very big atheist also at the same time. He don't believe in this God and anything. So he has his own argument and many things. Like so
Mm.
that time I watching him. Yeah, now he is gone. Where he is now dead. Or so whatever
yeah,
he
because Krishna give him the intelligence to have some big arguments like that. But yeah, he just want to to forget about Krishna. But yeah, like Swami Prabhu said, we cannot forget, but we can go dark into the dark regions of ignorance, and just become demoniac, and just yeah,
Yeah,
take.
what you can see, bro, like
Mm,
any of these scientists, they have like a common kind of language, like in my family also, like my brother is also a scientist, so they have a
mm,
common language. They will say that this God, why I believe in God or some religious book, because it's like it's basically out of curiosity. It is a human instinct. They say it is a human instinct that human try to explore. That's their explanation. That if you don't explore, then even you are not a human. That's their saying. They are saying that you believing in some book which is written by someone, but they don't know these are perfect knowledge. These are coming from disciplic succession.
Yes,
They
Prabhu.
don't believe these things.
But yeah, but
Yeah, this
this
is very
argument defeats
difficult to
themselves.
so
Yes, Prabhu. Because the
Hmm.
scientists also like
yeah,
to
it's very
explore
difficult.
and
Yeah, they think these are we are starting some common motivational books or something like that. They think like that.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
they also don't read the book,
yeah, they read their science hypothesis.
because if they read, they will find out that this is not what they think about. This is really precise, and it makes sense actually. It makes sense. I don't think
Yes,
that we are foolish people. We are
no, I
people
don't
that
think.
that
I
yeah.
also don't.
We just
Yeah,
we
like
just discover that there is another way. There is another way, and it makes sense actually. When Prabhupada
actually,
explained the laws
Prabhu,
of
like
karma and all the things.
at first when at first when I started to chanting in my home, like my father saw one day, right? So he is saying that you are studying science so much now, you are doing all this. Possibly someone brainwashed you. He said me this, that someone actually brainwashed you. And I said,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
Mm. They will say that, but we can tell the same thing about them.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I would
so
try
it
to
will
tell
be
myself.
it will be uh, no hand discussion, because they will not uh, they will not admit that they are wrong, and we cannot admit too that
Yeah,
we
like
are wrong, because this is not.
we have tremendous knowledge. We are not some blind followers. Like
Hmm.
yeah, when you go basically to say them that we know the Bhagavad Gita, we can teach you. They will say we have no time. We don't have any interest
Mhm.
to teach these things. So their side they have no interest. So
Yes, Prabhu.
what we can do basically.
But then he says that because just now you said that they claim that we have taken to this because we are human is inquisitive and we have that's why. But see now they say that
Hmm.
they are not interested. That means that they are saying that we are not human. You are human because
Yeah.
you are interested, but we are not interested. We are not human. They themselves are
Yes.
saying like this. I would challenge them like this. So they're trying to say you are a dog or something. You are not interested. Why are
Yeah. They admit that they are animals.
yeah.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
they're like I once said my brother who is the scientist that that I also a science student. Why I am believing this Krishna consciousness? I am a blind follower. You think I read this Bhagavad Gita? Can you come and just we discuss for some moment what is there in this book? He said no. I have no interest in these things. I have
Yes.
no. There you see they are like this type of mentality basically. They
Yeah.
can't talk with you. They
And
have some allergy basically.
I've also challenged a few scientists
Yeah.
and I noticed that their tactic is to try to they don't give any definitive answer, but their tactic is to try to make the conversation go longer and longer until you give up. But in my case, I have never given up. I have if they gave nonsense arguments for 2 hours or 3 hours, I just gave the answers. So I noticed that after that, because they cannot defeat you, they get annoyed and they try to avoid it. Then they start to try to avoid the conversation because they know that they
Mm.
cannot if they cannot beat you. They can only
Yes.
they can only make you, give up or tired by being
Yes.
annoying. But if you don't give up, then they get really annoyed because they know that they
Yes.
can't give
Yeah.
you any ultimate defeating argument.
Yeah, like if one Vaishnava Acharya, if even Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur himself go, he can smash all modern scientists. I can 100% sure.
Yes, Prabhu.
He will
Yes.
smash them totally, basically.
Yes, Prabhu. I was arguing
Yes,
with
true.
my old
Some
best friend's this big brother.
100%.
He's like university scientist and like teaching there. He was like on a big level in Finland, and I was arguing
Who
with him.
who
My
your brother?
my best friend's my old best friend's big brother. Yeah, with him we
Okay.
were. I went to them like year ago. I went to them to preach. I took books and I was thinking now I will go preach and I will try to make them understand this because I really like that
Mm,
friend. So I went there and
yeah.
he had like so many arguments, but I defeated them one by one. And he tried to skip when I defeated him, he tried to skip it by changing the topic or moving forward to the next topic. But like
Yes.
talk for hours and hours and until when we got there, we were in a car driving to her mother's place, and that whole car drive, like 2 hours, we were talking and talking, and I defeated all his arguments, and I gave counter arguments. And when we arrived there, he was about to give some more arguments about chance and about things like this, but then we were about to continue it, but then he totally avoided it. He just like ran away. He started to like avoid me, and then they started to drink alcohol and things like this. So then he totally gave up on it. So I noticed there that they cannot either. We will go arguing until he
He
accepts.
he he understands that this is a very dangerous person. This Sami is a very
Yeah,
dangerous person.
yeah. Then I gave
You,
Hare Krishna.
Then I gave one book to him, or he wanted to take the book the next day. He saw I had one book. I was going to give it to my friend. It was
Yeah.
Life Comes from Life. I was going to give it to my
Yeah.
friend, and then he came and he took the book and say, "Oh, I want to take this book." And so I said, "Okay, you take that book." And the, the next day I messaged him on WhatsApp. I was sharing some new things and explaining. Then he stopped messaging at all, and he didn't message at all. And I realized that if he really was scientist and he was going to beat me and those arguments, he would continue, but he didn't have anything anymore. So I realized they cannot.
Yeah, this means they are, what I am saying, they are not really a scientist. This is some kind of disease.
Yes, Prabhu.
These are,
And then when you argue with
but
them,
actually,
they're going to run away. But they try to run away in a way that they make them seem that they won the argument. But usually they cannot, any argument you give to them, they will just push it to the side and move to something else. I noticed like this they do.
yeah, because they cannot respond.
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah.
This is, and I think that science, uh, you should be on the mode of the goodness.
Yeah.
If you are not in the mode of goodness, you cannot have a um, conversation. The proper conversation, because you will try to like your friend. You will try to just uh, uh, avoid and try to beat with
Actually,
another topic.
Yeah.
what you expect from these people? These people are saying that we came from some cave of Africa, some 70,000 years ago. We are all in some living in a cave and we migrated from there.
Yes,
That's
Prabhu.
what their theory. So these people are rascal. They don't believe in anything basically. So basically, for them, this Ramayana is a mythology because Ramayana is a huge time ago.
Yes, Prabhu.
It's basically some 18 million years ago. Subola Prabhu made a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that person, we were arguing a lot about, he was arguing that about consciousness, because I was trying to say that the soul gives the consciousness to the body. And he was saying that no, the brain gives the consciousness. And then I tried to explain that even though the brain is but then he tried to say that no, you don't know these processes, what is going inside the brain, because there is, but then I was asking that, okay, you are saying that there is something missing in the brain and it's not working. Why you cannot put that what is missing there and make it working? So we got to this point, and then he cut the conversation with that it's so complex process in the brain that you cannot understand it. He cut it with this, and then he started to say, these scientific words. He started to say, no, this
So
some
this is very good. You can also say them that when a person is dead, all his brain or her brain existed, but that person is not responding.
yes, Prabhu.
Why? What is missing there?
Yeah.
But they will not agree, whatever. You can say them. But
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, and another argument that he had was about that I say that with the senses you cannot see anything perfectly, and he agreed
yeah,
that the senses they are not perfect and they make mistakes. But his argument to this was that, but now these days we can make devices or instruments, and with those we have perfect answers. And I tried to explain to him, like to a child, I tried to find many ways to explain to him that if you have a camera and the camera's lens is broken and you look through it, or because our senses are, they are broken, they are not working, and you look through a broken sense, you're always gonna see a bad image. It's not gonna be clear. So I was trying to ask him, but if you're looking with a broken sense through an instrument, how it's gonna be a
yeah. Whatever they will do, that will be a distorted understanding.
yes,
They
Prabhu.
cannot be
So this
because
he
they
didn't give a
themselves.
proper
Yeah,
answer. He just switched the topic. He just went
yeah.
some other. He
That means he can't debate
yeah, he
basically.
started to ask from me that, but what is the evidence? Can you show some evidence? Yeah, this was where he went after that. Then I tried to explain to him that you cannot with your eyes see
Yeah,
all the evidence. Hmm. Yeah, I explained to him that through experience you can realize these things. But then
yeah.
he said, but
It
this,
need some time, some
yeah,
practice. Yeah,
but his argument was that this experience that you're having, it's just your personal, because you're just experiencing it, so it is your personal experience, and it's not a like common experience. He tried to say something like this, that it is.
Yeah,
it's
it
your
is
like
true in the
personal belief, and someone actually brainwash you. That they want to say.
Yes,
Basically.
probably. Or because I was saying that no, this is working, but he was trying to say that it is not because of that process that this it's working. He was saying that just because you believe in it, you get so
They
much
can't
out.
understand.
Yeah, they are trying to say that it is
Yeah,
not the Krishna in that. It's just because you're doing something like this and you're really believing in it. That's why it's working. They're saying like this.
yeah. Basically, they are atheists, so asura kind of person. So
Yeah.
Krishna basically covered them with Mahamaya energy more and more.
Yes, bro.
So they can't understand basically.
Yeah. And then after the argument, whole family went to fry some meat in the grill and drink some alcohol. So I realized whole families
yeah. This is the point.
God case.
Yeah, yeah. This is like that. They are only
Like,
more than passion and ignorance.
sorry, Jirani Prabhu, I interrupting you. Like the other person, what was his age with whom you are basically debating, Sani Prabhu?
It was like 28, maybe 29.
Oh, means like our ages, not very old or
He,
something.
he was my friend is my age and he was his big brother.
Yeah, yeah.
He's really proud about the science thing because he's in their family the one who explains all the things to her mother and her brother and he's like the person who is always speaking and explaining things. So when I came there and I challenged that no, there is something other that he didn't agree, so he became like really
Annoyed.
agitated him.
Hmm. He was
Yeah,
annoyed.
yeah. It's very much bewildering actually. All this material
Yeah,
science and everything.
but he was like really puffed up also, like no one is going to tell me how the science
Of
works
course.
like this.
Hmm.
Yeah, like one more thing you can see, Prabhu, like all even the scientists and all they na their moral point of view is also not very good actually. If you see,
Mm.
they are like associating with so many women and these that also have there basically.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. But see, I'm gonna show this video because when these persons they are under distress, there is something they start to pray so fluently. Actually, they start to do. I couldn't pray so sincerely ever, even they true do actually. The voice becomes so calm. See this video. Yesterday I saw this. I sent the Karti Prabhu.
Heavenly Father, please help us. Please help us to be safe.
Yeah, suddenly they start. There is quiet. There's nobody saying anything. They're thinking, "Oh, this fire ever? Are we gonna die? Who's should we pray?" There's silence. Then suddenly, he's like, really shy way. He's saying, "Heavenly Father." Now he realized the Paramatma. Now he suddenly realized that oh, he's listening to us. He was like,
Yeah.
it sounded
We
really
become pure
awkward.
devotee, you know. We just become pure devotee.
Yeah, like these atheists are like this basically. Atheists they are rascal.
Heavenly Father, please help us. Please help us to be safe.
And the man was saying that no, there is no God. This is science, and there was nothing like that. Everyone was.
Like, who is this? Who is this person? Yeah, this person is praying. This lady.
I don't know, Prabhu.
This is a great video. You can send this to
Heavenly
me.
Father, please help us. Please help us to be safe.
This is totally amazing.
Please help us to be safe.
Yeah, these atheists again. You see, after some time they will do
Please,
all
Prabhu,
illicit
send this to
activity,
me.
alcohol, and everything.
And he
Then
was
they'll
also
forget.
no, he was demanding again. This was not pure service because he was demanding.
Yeah, they will eat meat.
Yes, Prabhu.
Anyway, the rascal is surrendering, which is good.
Yes, Prabhu.
This is really rascaldom. Yeah, but when they get out, they will eat meat and do
Yeah.
illicit sex and all of those things. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
truly
that's
rascal.
how the atheist work basically. Yes.
Terrible. How much we have left? Okay, there's too much. So tomorrow we continue from this picture.
Yeah, this is the what is the title of the book? I didn't see.
It is the scientific basis of Krishna consciousness by Swarup Damodar.
Okay,
It's just
Swarup Damodar.
33 pages, so it's a small book.
Okay.
See, they were praying also, I think.
Yeah. And they know where if they will die, no one basically do something, they will become ghost basically.
Yes, Prabhu, but actually, see, no matter what people do, either they do this moon mission, scientists, everyone ends up praying. So why you need to do this moon mission and spacecraft to be able to pray? Just go to the temple and pray there. You're gonna anyways pray. See, the astronaut is praying, the person is praying, the scientist, all the persons are praying. So they could have done the same thing by just going to the temple together. But
And the in television, the Pope is also praying.
yes, Prabhu. He's looking like
Yes, but they didn't have the knowledge.
yes, Prabhu.
The people that are in them temple, you know, that church and the priest didn't have the knowledge. The
Yes.
Bible this is not like Bhagavad Gita is not the same. They
No,
cannot
no.
understand anything, you know. So when I read the Bible, I read the Bible 3 times, and when I read Bhagavad Gita, I realize that this is the true Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It explains everything, you know. It explains everything. So when we have just a discussion with them, they cannot explain anything. They're just silent, you know, because they don't know. They don't know about the soul. They don't know about everything. So yeah, this is dramatic. This is truly dramatic.
Yes, Prabhu. Correct. Let's read 6 prayers. चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावादुजीवनम् आनन्दं बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्.
Nam namakali bahuda nija salva shakti statra pita niyamita smarane nakara tadrishi tava kripa bhagavan mama pidudaiva midrishamiha janinanulaga. Trinadapi sunichena talodapi saishnuna manina manadena kirtaniya sadahari.
Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Vajakamaye. Oh, sorry. Do you want to?
You can continue, Prabhu. Please.
Kavitam Vajakamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Sware Bhavatat Bhaktir Ahai Tuki Twaji. Thank you, Prabhu.
You can continue.
ऐनन्दतनुजा किङ्करं पतितं मां भीषमे विवम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजे स्थितो धूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया
नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकर्निचितं वपुः कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति.
Sorry. Yogahitam. No, Prabhu. Jani Prabhu. Yeah.
No, you can continue. No problem.
You continue, Prabhu, please.
Okay. Yugaitam nimeshena chakshasha pravishaitam shunyaitam jagat salvam govinda vilahe name.
Aslisava padaratam binashtumam vadrasanan varmahatam karutu va jatha datha va vidudhatulam pato matpranathastu sa eva navaraha.
Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw in the street. One should be mortal when the luxury, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O Son of Maharajananda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
Oh Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
Haribo. Shri Shiksastakam ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Yeah, eighth one I think missing. Yeah,
Yes, bro.
I know
We
no
missed
one,
one.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
we
bro, yeah,
missed one. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. What didn't I say about it? I thought that didn't we miss
Yeah,
one?
yeah, bro. I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He's completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally.
Haribo. Shri
Three six Ashtakam ki jai.
Jai,
Jai.
Jai. Haribo.
Very good.
Offenses to the holy name. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who had dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Second, to consider the name of demigod like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu.
Third offense, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master.
Fourth offense, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in persons to Vedic version.
Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be in imagination.
To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. Sixth offense.
Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
Eighth offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fructive activities, karma kanda.
9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name.
Tenth offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prem, Hari Bol.
Haribo. Vancha kalpatarubhasya.
Panchakalpatarubhascha,
Kripasindhu
Kripasindhu
evacha.
Devacha,
Patitanam
Patitanam Pavunebho, Vaishnavebho, Namo Namah.
Haribo. Panchatattva ki jai. Shri Krishna
Jai,
Prabhu ki jai. Nityananda
Jai,
ki jai.
Jai,
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai. Nitai Gaura.
Jai,
Hari Hari.
Jai, Hari Hari Bol.